It's Junior's Cheesecake. It is their famous Christmas swirl. It is here now, launching as our December dessert of the month, and it is good. This is their original New York cheesecake, blended with white chocolate, swirled with strawberry puree, finished off with the cake crumbs and the white chocolate mousse, all baked on top of that delicious sponge cake. We've got a great price for you today. It's shipping to you for free or to one of your loved ones in that iconic Junior's box. I have someone in mind right now that I'm going to be sending this to who moved from New York. We used to go to Junior's together after the theater. She's now in Florida, and she's going to be getting one of these because it's delicious. It's iconic. It's New York. It's if you're bringing people home to your house and you're serving a beautiful dinner to them, you can get about 12 servings out of this. And when you display this, and it's exactly designed and decorated just like this, everyone is going to be delighted. $12 on Easy Pay, shipping to you for free. We do have it on auto delivery. You'll get another shipment in March, and that will just be same exact cheesecake, just decorated differently for the springtime. So you can lock in that price as it's the dessert of the month for December. May or may not be the dessert of the month for March, so you'll get another one at this price. And 81566 is your item number. Alan Rosen, third generation of the family-owned Junior's for 71 years. Welcome into the show. It's such a thrill to have you here.
We just had our 72nd birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
On Election Day. Thank you. This recipe has not changed in any one of those 72 years. This is the most popular cheesecake we have on QVC, the best value of the year, and the flavor, quite honestly, of blending the strawberry and the white chocolate came from QVC customers who over the years says, we love white chocolate. So we blend white chocolate into the cheesecake, which if you can imagine would make it even more creamy, a little sweeter, and then you have that white chocolate mousse on top and those green and red cake crumbs. While this is sitting out to get to room temperature, it could be the centerpiece of your dining room table. It could be at the end of the buffet server if you're doing a buffet format for your meal. And it's instead of flour, you don't have to buy flowers because it looks like a
It's so
Christmas
beautiful.
holiday.
I know we weren't sure if it was decorated like this already, and
No,
it certainly
we didn't do anything. Exactly how you see it is how it comes. It is red and green on top. It has strawberry puree throughout. From the bottom, as you mentioned earlier, you have that sponge cake on the bottom. You have that New York style cheesecake mixture, which is blended for 45 minutes, cream cheese, fresh eggs, sugar, heavy cream, a touch of vanilla. We swirl in that fresh strawberry puree from top to bottom and then back up to the top. And if you've never had Junior's before, folks, this is the Junior's difference. That creaminess.
Let
it get to room temperature. Taste this at room temperature. I left these out I put it out at 10 o'clock this morning. You can put it out at 9 a.m. It doesn't matter. The more you leave it out, the more the aromas come out of it. You can smell the vanilla. You can smell the white chocolate. You can smell the strawberry. And it's getting to room temperature, which is where cheesecake is meant to be served.
Yeah. So it will come to you frozen, correct? So
frozen
you can
with
go
dry
ahead
ice.
You can go ahead and freeze it right away.
6 months.
If
you want to send this ahead of you, they'll get it in this Junior signature box. In this giant box that I'm working off of here, this will be inside of it with 5 pounds of dry ice. You can put it in your freezer for up to 6 months. I like to defrost overnight in the refrigerator to give it a break. But if you want to go straight from the freezer and just leave it out at room temperature, you can do that as well. Just let it sit, folks. Let it look exactly like it does there on the screen. Use it as the centerpiece,
it's your
as I said earlier.
There you go.
It really could be your centerpiece.
Alan, everybody's been waiting for this. As you said, your most popular cheesecake that you bring here all year. A couple seconds ago was 500, now 700 gone. We've been waiting for it. We've made it our dessert of the month. Who knows if it will last the month, but you know you're getting the first look right now. Your item number is 815-66. You can do bill to, ship to. I love that idea of sending this ahead of yourself if you're going to someone's home for the holidays, and then you get to enjoy it as well. That's what Jane was talking about earlier.
And you don't have to carry anything.
You don't have to carry anything. It sets, and then you give them their centerpiece as well. They don't have to do that. I mean, this little box, if you're from New York City, you know Juniors. What a gorgeous gift to give someone who's from there, who doesn't live there anymore, or maybe does live there and doesn't want to stand in the line that goes around the corner usually that happens at
And
Juniors.
you can't get this one there, so you don't stand in that line if you want this cake.
Yes, you'll be very disappointed if you stand in that line for 3 hours and then you can't get it.
You know, you can either get it now or you can have it shipped on the 14th.
Oh, that's
12th,
right. Yes, we do
December.
have the 12th. Actually, we do have 2 ship dates for you right now. You can ship it out immediately so that you have it ready to go. Or if you don't have enough room in your freezer and you want to make a little bit of room, you can have it shipped out on December 12th. That's much more popular option. I guess everybody's freezers are full and they wanted to get there right before they're going to be serving it and enjoying it for the holiday.
Right. Either way, if you get it early, you put it in your freezer. If you get it even on the 12th or the 14th, you're not serving it till the 25th or Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, just keep it in your freezer for up to 6 months. Some people like to cut off a couple slices, believe it or not, and try it before they put it out. But this one looks so beautiful whole. But people sometimes can't wait. But if you've never had Juniors before, folks, it's just a different type of cheesecake. And it starts with that bottom. We take a thin layer of sponge cake on the bottom of every cheesecake we make, a vanilla sponge cake that you would find in the most glorious birthday cakes.
Hi,
we then blend
Alan.
our hi, Jane, nice to see you.
She couldn't stay away for too long.
And so we blend those ingredients, the cream cheese, the fresh eggs, the sugar, the heavy cream, the vanilla, in this case, some white chocolate. We bake it in a water bath, cool it for several hours, depan it. Then we freeze it. Then we take it into our decorating room and we put on that border on the outside with that white chocolate mousse. And then we cover it with those green and red cake crumbs so it really looks like the Christmas holiday.
I mean,
It tastes like Christmas.
it does.
It does,
tastes like
right?
Christmas.
But, you know, we're lucky that strawberry is red.
Right.
It's the most popular flavor to mix
my
into
gosh.
cheesecake. So it really works well for the Christmas holiday.
Alan, how many years have we done this holiday swirl?
You know what? I've been on QVC since 1995, so
Right.
that's 27 years. I think David and I counted a couple years ago. It's got to be close to 20
It's
years.
got to be 20 years.
But-
Because I feel
but
like
it's
I've done
evolved a
this
little.
every
So
year.
it never had the decoration.
Right,
on top.
and you know it's so
It
funny.
didn't have the white chocolate in it. So there are some
Right.
changes
Well,
over the years.
and you know
but
what's
the
so
general
funny? Before
concept
the
of
show
Christmas
started,
swirl-
Terry and I walked to the back, and we got our prep chef Carol, who does all of the beautiful,
She's an
decorations
artist.
on these
They're all
plates.
artists.
She's amazing.
So I said, Carol, could you make sure we have a cake that doesn't have all this stuff on it? And she looked at me like, what? Like, no, it comes like this. I'm like, oh.
We thought that she
We
did it,
thought
and then
that
we
she
didn't want
did
you
it.
to think
No.
that it
Right.
would come that way if it
So
doesn't,
that's
but
definitely
it
an
does.
update. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, as they say, plug and play.
It's done.
Take it out of the box.
Yeah.
The frosted, it's done. You don't have to do anything. If someone happens to have a birthday or some other occasion, you want to throw a candle in it, be my guest.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
this is ready to go for the holidays. It's really, listen, you're going to be doing a lot of work for the holidays. You might be having ham. You might be having prime rib. You might be having turkey. Whatever you're having, cheesecake goes with it.
Yeah.
Okay? It's the most popular dessert in America. Very hard to make. 2-day process. And sometimes even when you take that kind of time, the cheesecake cracks or it falls flat like a souffle.
Yeah, or
This
it's
way you
gritty.
take all the guesswork
Sometimes
out
the
of it.
cheese doesn't get completely incorporated.
right,
It's
but
not
they don't-
smooth. It's a little
They-
bit, gritty.
They don't know how to blend.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to
So
blend
here's
it.
the
You have
thing.
to take your time with it.
So excited that I get to go to Juniors New York next week. I'm going to actually be in
That's right,
one of the
next Thursday.
stores and hanging out with Alan and talking all things cheesecake. But this is the launch of our dessert of the month. And I tell you, when it comes to dessert of the month, this is the dessert of this month, next month, and any other month that you can have this on your table, because it just doesn't get any better than the original, the OG.
The OG.
Yeah,
And
thank
everybody's
you.
been waiting
By
for
the way,
it.
high praise. High praise, the OG. And by the way, we did preview this on Sunday. We did a little sneak peek.
Oh, you
And
did.
and we sold 4,000 of them. So I just don't want people to think that we have these all made.
Okay.
We bake these 88 at a time. We are constantly working between now and Christmas Day, baking cheesecakes for QVC customers and customers in our restaurant, etc. So what we have is what we have. So I implore people to, if you want it on the 12th, order it now, because as we get a little further into this month, it's going to get limited.
Well, it's already, like you said, 4,000 orders before we even got here. Now there are 1,500, at least in this show, although the number keeps coming up in my head. I don't want to interrupt you, and it keeps going up. It's like 1,100, 1,300, 1,500. So it's the dessert of the month. It may not be here for the whole month, and you need to make sure that you get yours ready to go.
The appropriate and perfect creaminess to kind of sweet ratio.
Right.
So it's not too sickening sweet that it goes
Not
with
at all.
anything that you're finishing, like any meal that you prepare. If it's the variety of steaks that we have coming up from Kansas City, or even the seafood, the shrimp or the crab cakes or the lobsters that we're going to be talking about, this is the perfect finish. And we say 12 slices, but you could probably get at least
Get a couple
14.
more, no problem.
Yeah.
Yes, I always tell people, those are quarter-pound servings.
These are
so
big.
if you have 14 people coming, it's more than enough cheesecake.
Right.
And you just pointed out something great. It's not overly sweet. There's a balance in this recipe. It has not changed in 72 years.
Wow.
So a lot of desserts are just sweet because it's easy. You don't take great ingredients and you put a lot of sugar in. Cream cheese, the best, Philadelphia. Heavy cream, not 36% heavy cream, 40% heavy cream, because it's got more fat in it, it's more flavorful, okay? The best all-natural vanilla, the best strawberry puree. Everything we do is somewhat fanatical about the quality and the heritage. And what people are doing with this cake is they're starting a tradition. So fair warning, if you start to bring juniors into your home on Christmas, you're going to be doing this year in and year out. It's going to become a tradition. And it's the most delightful cake we make, because we know so many thousands of people, thanks to QVC, are going to be celebrating with friends and family. Exactly, over this cheesecake. And that makes my grandfather and my father, who are both passed away, so proud. So I thank you so much for allowing me into your home and allowing us to be on your Christmas table.
That's why this is flying out of here so quickly, because so many who've already made this a tradition have placed their order. If you're starting a brand new tradition, today is the day to place your order. You can have it shipped out to you immediately. It will come to you frozen, and you put it in the freezer until you're ready to enjoy it that night. Or like you said, probably the best way to do it is
defrost. No, it's 3 1/4 pounds, so it needs time to defrost.
Right.
So leave it out on
So
the counter. I left these out. I think I took them out at like 9 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
It's thick, it's dense, it's rich. Let it sit out. And by the way, sometimes if I know I'm going to have it again tomorrow, I leave it out overnight. Don't tell anybody. But I like to, because the more room temperature it is, it's a fresh dessert. If you know what I mean.
Oh, okay. 2,000 orders now placed. Our dessert of the month, the launch right now, it's December 1st. Can you believe it? Let's get all of our menus planned. Let's have not just the main meal planned, but also the beautiful desserts. Let's think about who we would like to send this to as a gift. In my opinion, there's no better gift than food, because it's not just a gift, it's an experience. You're gifting an experience, or maybe a tradition, whether you're starting one or continuing one, whether you're going to be together or whether you're sending it to someone who you're not going to get to be with, but it's like your little inside tradition because you've enjoyed it together. It's here now. It's not always going to be here. So you can have it shipped out to you immediately or the week of December 12th. And we do have auto delivery. So if you'd like to take advantage of that December of the month price, you'll get another shipment in March of 2023. It will be the same Christmas Swirl Cheesecake. It will just be decorated and dressed up for spring. For Easter. I mean, look how pretty that is.
So we put pastel colors instead of the red and green. So it's really perfect for the Easter holiday. That's why it comes to you in March.
Right. And you will have yours coming to you, and you'll know that you saved the money, that you have it. Your name will be on it, and it will be ready to go. Your item number is M81566. What is the difference between New York style cheesecake and just regular old
Great
cheesecake?
question. So a lot of people who make cheesecake, they might put sour cream in the mixture, or other ingredients or water that make it go further. So New York cheesecake, firstly, is all cream cheese, fresh egg, sugar, heavy cream, vanilla. It's also the way we blend it. We don't whip a lot of air into it. We blend it with a paddle attachment. So it's got this consistency that I've been showing you, that creaminess without being whipped. So it's dense, it's rich.